Let me see. نعم أنا أيضا أتكلم اللغة العربية. أنا أتكلم اللغة العربية قليلا وممكن أن أتعلم جيدا جدا. أنا من أنا من هولندا ويوجد ناس كثيرة وأنا أحب أن أذهب إلى المغرب. أحب المغرب. أنا أحب الضيافة من الناس من المغرب. نعم جدا جدا شكرا. Someone is saying no idea what you said, but it's cool. Thanks, bro. I appreciate your compliment. That's very cool. Thanks a lot, guys. And so yeah, I didn't say something mean. Don't worry, man. Goedemiddag. Hey, hallo. Hoe gaat het ermee? Hartstikke leuk dat je er bent. En het is altijd gezellig. En bedankt dat je me zo motiveert. Yes. Alright. Let me see. Do we have tips for learning a complicated language like Hungarian? I just need to be honest. Like, I mean, I didn't have so much time to learn Hungarian, you know. So my Hungarian is at a very, very low level. I mean, so right now I'm not the best person to ask for advice, you know. Like, I mean, yeah, I think I can give better advice once I have more experience, you know. But yeah, as you guys know, I was very busy with the development of the game, you know, the board games. That's why I didn't have so much time to learn Hungarian. So, someone is saying, hey man, can you say something in English for me? It's my dream to learn that language. I cannot speak English, so. No, I know, I'm joking. Okay, what do I need to say? Okay, I'll say something positive, alright? Okay, I don't know you, but I'm sure that you're cool, and I want to wish you the best. The friends around you will motivate you. Never give up with what you're doing. You're amazing. That's what I want to tell you. And you're cool. Even when I don't know you, I still know that you're cool, man. Yeah, man, you really needed that, man. That's what we need, man. Some positivity, right? Some compliments sometimes, you know, like these are hard days, right? We just need to be nice to each other, right? What are you drinking? Do you think that I'm just drinking coffee, man? Come on, I'm just drinking coffee. I'm always like this. You think that I... Come on. Let me see. Wouter, can you tell us... Wouter, can you tell us words that sound same in different languages? Let me see. Yeah, I'm thinking about something. Let me see. I'm thinking about something. Yeah, maybe. Let me see. Ma is a word which is the same in almost every language. Mama, like mother. But also like ma is also like a question word in Chinese. When you ask 你是中国人吗? Are you Chinese? 还是你也会说普通话吗? You end with ma. And you also have ma, that means horse in Chinese. But that's another tone, you know. But yeah, let me see. Someone is saying hello from Boston. Hello from Amsterdam. How are you doing? Very cool that you're here. Is this your first time here? I don't know so many people from Boston, but it's cool that you're here, man. Yo, let me see. Okay, guys, I'm going to do a sort of like mini game. All right, I will have 5 different voices. All right, and first I will give the description of that voice. Okay. And you guys need to guess which voice belongs to which character description, okay? So first the character descriptions, all right? I'm going to write it down, otherwise I get confused. The first one is the super nerd. There's one character. Then we have the confident manager voice. Confident manager. Then we have the human dog voice, and also another voice. Let me see what other voice. Let me see the John voice we have, and we also have let me see. We also have the energy guy. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give 5 descriptions of different voices, and you guys need to guess which voice belongs to which character description. Someone is saying, okay, all right. So are we guys going for that? Yeah. So I will have 5 So we have the super nerd, the confident manager, the human dog, the joint voice, and the energy guy. Okay? Try to guess which voice is which character description. Okay? So first one is this one. Alright, I was last time there and it was really cool and it was incredible. I'm from this area and I really like to talk with you. That's the John voice. That's good, man. Really good. Okay, next character description. Which one is this one? I know everything about science and you guys don't know anything about that. But if you don't listen to me, then... Yeah, but no, it was a super nerd. Super nerd. That's correct. Yeah. Okay, next voice. This one. They're not listening to me. They're not listening to me. That's the human dog. That's correct. Okay, someone is saying, oh, you're awesome. Oh, 谢谢。你也很好的，谢谢，我也会说中文，但是说的不大好。Okay, next voice, this one. Alright, yes, I have an idea, and I have it right now, but I forgot it, man. Could you guys please understand it to me? Like, that's the energy guy. Yeah, that's true. And last one. Alright, I'll call you back in 5 seconds, man. Yeah, but first you need to think better about your products and stuff like that. Otherwise it's not working, man. That's the confident manager. Yeah. So that's yeah, I think you had enough coffee, Wouter. Okay. Alright, so these are the voices, like let me see, do you guys have like any questions, you know, like anyone who has questions about anything? Let me see, it's not coffee. No, I'm relaxed. Come on, man. Here, it was not a coffee. I'm relaxed again, guys. So, let me see. Someone is asking what you don't speak Arabic. أنا أتكلم اللغة العربية لكن أنا أتكلم اللغة العربية قليلا فقط. وأنا عندي الأصدقاء من مصر ويوجد أنا لا أتكلم جيدا لكن قليلا. لكن أنا أحب المدينة كثيرة في المغرب. Someone is asking where you live. I live in Amsterdam. I live in the Netherlands. And someone, you know. Ja man, me lava chat patwa. Yeah, me lava chat patwa boyo, me lava chat patwa. Because rare, me lava chat wulip different language them. And me go learn wulip language them boyo. Die ook still not done yet. Me lava chat boyo. Someone's asking, have you learned Norwegian? I don't speak Norwegian, but a little bit of Danish and Swedish. Jag snackar dansk och jag snackar svensk. Därmed svårt att uttala, men jag älskar att snacka många språk med dig. Men vill du hjälpa mig att lära många språk? Det är malgod. Jag vill gärna lära många dansk. Hvordan har du det? Har du det godt? Ja, det är också godt. Ja, malgod. Swedish. Jag pratar också svenska, men det är också mycket intressant att lära mig svenska. Att kommande vecka ska jag förbättra min svenska. Mycket bra. Suomia. Minä haluan oppia suomia. Mitä tetana, mitä kuuluu. Man, actually, I don't speak Finnish. I just hear sometimes some things in Finnish, but I don't speak Finnish, man. Sorry. Let me see. Bonjour. C'est très bien que tu parles français, je veux pratiquer, mais j'aime les langues et je veux te dire que tu es très intéressant. Je veux parler français, mais c'est très difficile. Je pense que c'est très bien que tu es ici. Et si tu veux demander quelque chose, je suis ici pour répondre des questions. C'est très bien, ça marche. Oui, c'est très bien que tu es ici aussi. Et je veux te dire que je veux améliorer mon français parce que c'est très intéressant, monsieur. Très bien, ouais. So, I also want to ask people, like, I'm not sure if you guys know about my language board game, but it's something which I created by myself. And I want to ask you guys, who of you guys have time this evening? This evening at 7 o'clock Central European time, I will play my language board game again this evening. and the winner can even unlock something custom, like a custom game element, you know. So that's the thing, you know. Let me see. Waarvoor zei du dai? Varför säger du det? Jag vet att jag pratar inte mycket bra svenska, men jag förstår dig. Yeah, you're a little bit like, you're not so positive. Du är inte mycket positiv, men det är mycket bra om jag kan prata med dig. Jag kan kommunicera med dig. Everyone has different opinions, but for you, what is the difference between a polyglot and a hyperpolyglot? That's a good question. I think like a polyglot is someone speaking 5 languages at a high level or more, and a hyperpolyglot is like someone speaking 8 or 9 languages at a very high level, you know, or more. You know, so that's what I think. You know, but I'm not a hyperpolyglot. Let me see. Comment connais-tu autant de langues? Je connais beaucoup de personnes différentes avec des nationalités différentes et je pense que c'est très bien parce que il y a beaucoup de personnes pour pratiquer des langues ensemble, mais c'est très compliqué. Il y a beaucoup de langues qui sont difficiles. Let me see. Mais c'est très bien que tu es ici. Je veux savoir. Il y a beaucoup de personnes avec beaucoup de motivation, avec l'apprentissage de langue. Wait. Let me see. But yeah, very cool that you guys are here, man. It's so awesome, you know. Like I think it's cool that you guys are asking interesting questions, and yeah, I'm really happy and motivated, guys. I think languages are connecting us together. That makes it very awesome. I also want to say that. Two people never give up learning languages. Keep learning, keep practicing, and believe in yourself. You know, that's important. And je veux aussi savoir, est-ce que tu parles français pour beaucoup de temps ou pas pour beaucoup de temps? Je pense que tu parles très bien. Et je pense que aussi que c'est intéressant, ce n'est pas grave s'il y a des erreurs. Oui, il y a des combinaisons différentes. Je pense que nous pouvons motiver les autres personnes pour apprendre des langues. Oui. Alright. Alright. Are there any other questions? I also want to say something about what to do when you're losing motivation. When you're losing motivation, let me see. In your sense, would it be possible to have more than 2 accents? Like I'm very bad with accents. I have like a Dutch accent when I speak a language, you know. But yeah, there are some people who have like they can have like different accents, you know, like they can speak different English accents, for example. I cannot do that, you know. But there are people who can do that. Who are like very good at it. I know them. They're cool. They're awesome, you know. So that's awesome, guys. Yeah. All right. But yeah. I'm a Londoner. I'm a Londoner. Of what? That's a little bit of the London accent. But as I said, I'm not good in it. I'm not good at it. You know. So that's the thing. Yeah. So yeah, I want to say something about what to do if you're losing motivation. Like if you're losing motivation, keep in mind that we all could have that sometimes. You know. And that we should not worry about it. You know. When you're losing motivation, it's the best thing to look at other opportunities, in my opinion, because when it's becoming boring, it's a little bit like dangerous thing, you know. When it's going to be boring, you're like, oh, what should I do next or whatever, you know, and that's not good, you know. So I think it's always good to find your motivation back and to work on something that you feel comfortable. And I would also say like watching movies could help a lot, you know, in order to find more motivation. So checking out a movie which you like and just write down the words which you don't know and try to add them on your grammar list, you know. So that's good. So yeah. All right. Are there any other questions, guys? Anyone? So yeah, about the accent thing, like I think it's cool to like if you try to train yourself in order to understand different accents or dialects, like that it makes language learning way more interesting, if you can try to understand the different accents and stuff like that, So for example, the accent from Argentina is way different than the accent from Spain or from Colombia or anything. It could help you a lot in order to train yourself, to train your brain, if you want to understand different accents, So that's something which is cool and important in my opinion, So I also think we should also motivate each other, right? And if you have more people around you who are learning different languages, it could also help you a lot, And it could help you a lot if you are motivated, to understand different languages, different accents, stuff like that. So that's cool. All right. Any other questions? So I like living in Amsterdam. It's a multicultural city. There are so many different cultures around me, and unfortunately, because of COVID, I'm staying at home. So that's the thing. That's the only thing. But on the other hand, I don't think it's a huge problem. Like at home, I can still develop myself, learn different things, and that could help a lot, Like if you're learning different things, and having some time for yourself, like some creativity, stuff like that. And that can help a lot. That can help a lot, if you're at home and if you're learning some different things, So that's good, I think that's very good. And I also think that if you understand different people, if you try to understand another culture better, it could really bring in some new opportunities, and that's important in my opinion. Like trying to motivate yourself by listening to other people and trying to just trying to have some different ways of learning the language. So listening to music is also a good way, and that could also help a lot, 안녕하세요. 저는 한국어입니다. 한국말 알 수 있어요. 반갑습니다. 저는 한국에 가고 싶어요. 반갑습니다. 반가워요. 저는 한국어입니다. 많은 한국 관광객이 있어요. 좋아요. Yeah. Very cool. Welcome that you're here, man. Like it was a cool game yesterday. I also want to ask you, like this evening, I will have a new live stream with my board game. And it will be at 7 o'clock Central European time this evening. So I'm not sure how many people want to join, but I hope that there will be people who want to join, because it's always cool. I'm always having a lot of fun. If you don't have time this evening, I also like the language board game tomorrow at 2 o'clock Central European time. So someone's asking, I plan to start to learn Portuguese. Is better to the accent of Portugal or Brazilian? Well, I don't think one accent is better than the other one, like, I mean, these are both accents, and I think they're both useful. It's just up to you which one you prefer to learn. So that's the thing, but yeah, let's say, eu acho que é muito interessante para mim, para falar português de Portugal ou português do Brasil. Você pode saber o qual idioma você gosta de aprender, sim? É a sua opinião, sim? Na minha opinião, os dois idiomas, os dois sotaques podem ajudar. Which accent did you learn, Wouter? Eu aprendi português do Brasil. Eu gosto muito de praticar o português de Brasil, porque eu tenho muitos amigos do Brasil. Morar aqui em Amsterdam, aqui tem muitas pessoas de Brasil. E sempre eu gosto de praticar. Mas eu não sei o que você gosta de aprender, qual motivação você tem. Eu não sei, mas você pode saber. Também tem um seriado de Netflix, se chama 3%, pode ajudar muito bem quando você quer aprender português. Eu acho que eu não falo muito bem, mas eu posso comunicar, eu posso falar sobre tópicos diferentes, sim. Someone is asking, according a lot of the Netherlands is the best none. Nah, I don't believe that, man. Like I think that there are more countries where people speak English very well, you know. And in my case, you know, my English is not how do you say it? Like I would say my English is fluent, but still I have a Dutch accent, you know. But I could talk about any topic where I want to talk about in English, you know. But yeah, there like also I also know in Finland, in Sweden, they speak very well English, you know. And there are more countries where they speak very well English, you know. So that's the thing. So Netflix is so good for that. Yeah, Netflix is definitely a good way to learn. How do you say, to learn different words? You know, like I mean, you can check out series, movies, and just write down the words which you don't know. All right, and that's the thing. Like when we are speaking, we yeah, it's a little bit like uncomfortable when you are trying to use the words which you normally don't use. All right, so that's a little bit a challenge we all make. Um, we all can feel uncomfortable when we are in this position, you know. So I would say it is important to realize which words you don't know and to try to learn them in the target language, and that's how you can learn more. But that takes time, you know. That's the thing, you know. And in my opinion, you know, like it's important that we are, yeah, that we're trying to be relaxed in that, you know, because language learning takes time. You're watching movies and you're hearing words which you don't understand maybe. If you want to get out of your comfort zone, try to use these words, you know. So someone is saying, I was so happy when I understood a few Korean phrases on Netflix for the first time. Yeah, I understand what you mean. You know, like it's already very sort of reward, you know, like when you're understanding some things, you know, especially at the beginning. It is very cool when you're recognizing words, you know. You're like, hey, I've heard that before, or I'm learning that, you know. You're like, hey, I'm hearing that, you know. That's very cool, you know. And that's also like the beginning, you know. Like the beginning is like recognizing words which you've heard before, which you've read before, and trying to make, yeah, how do you say it? Trying to put it in your daily routine, you know. And yeah, to understand it is all a long journey. It's indeed a long journey. So and that's the whole thing, you know. It's a long journey. It takes a lot of time, you know, and I think that we should respect that process, you know. Like it's an adventure, and in my opinion, you should. Development takes time, you know. That's the thing. All right, so. But yeah, very cool that you guys are here, man. I appreciate it a lot. You know, if you've like any other questions or anything, you can yeah, you can just ask them. And I really respect this interaction with my audience. You know, it's very cool. And yeah, keep in mind that language learning takes time, and that other people around you could also like help you. You know, so that's cool, right? All right. So what kind of Korean movies do you like, if I may ask? That's maybe also like a good question. Like I don't know so many of them, but yeah, like I especially know a lot of Spanish series, movies, stuff like that, or in Portuguese, you know. But in Korean, I don't know them basically. But yeah, but yeah, like I think traveling is also helping a lot when you want to learn other words. You know, when you try to understand the culture, traveling works very well. You know, and if you want to travel, you know, if you want to explore other countries, I think that's very good. You know, like when you're um, exploring other traditions, other cultures, you know, and talking to those people, you know, like the way how people react is very it can be very cool, you know, and also trying their food and stuff like that, you know. It's cool. So yeah, right now we cannot travel, I know, but yeah, in the future when it's possible again, I really like it to travel and to get, yeah, to meet other people, you know. And yeah, I think we're never bored this way, you know. Like I always say, keep learning, keep studying, you know. Like it's a good investment of time, and especially now, you know, in the corona period, or out to college, you know, like when you don't have any motivation, just keep in mind that when everything is back to normal, you could use the things which you've learned, all right? And that's very cool. And that's also like, these are the things which should motivate us in order to keep learning, right? So, and recently I'm trying to improve my Chinese. So last weeks, I put more time in Mandarin Chinese. and it is going a bit better. I feel a little bit more comfortable. Like the thing is, when you speak Chinese, it has way other. Let me see. Kriege, wenn du nicht auf diese. Jetzt habe ich kein T-Shirt. Ich habe kein T-Shirt an mit 5 Euro. Das habe ich jetzt nicht. Nein. Aber ja, vielleicht in der Zukunft, wenn ich ja, diese T-Shirt habe, dann ist es anders, glaube ich. Also ja, aber jetzt habe ich es nicht. Es ist nicht nur ein Stream, Sprachen zu üben, zu lernen. Ja, sehr gut. Aber so gut, dass du, ja, du hast gesagt, dass eine andere Person hier im Chat, dass das ein Freund ist von dich. Stimmt das, ja? Das ist sehr gut, dass du du hast einen Freund hier und ja, das ist unglaublich. Aber ich bin sehr, sehr glücklich, dass du hier bist und dass wir zusammen Deutsch lernen können. Und das ist wunderbar. Ja, sehr gut. Aber ja, vielleicht können wir zusammen andere Sprachen lernen. Kannst du auch Chinesisch zum Beispiel oder etwas anderes? Du kannst mir das sagen, welche Sprache du sprichst und dann können wir das zusammen, können wir das reden. Also ja, bin ich glücklich, dass wir können uns nicht, ja, aber das meine ich zu sagen. Someone is asking me about when my birthday is. Like it's actually it was 24 February, so it's already passed, man. 24 February, you know. So that's 3 weeks ago, more or less. I'm 32 years old right now, but yeah, thanks for being so nice. I mean, I appreciate that. You know, that's very cool. But yeah, I already turned 32 years old. You know, so that's the thing. You know. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about it. I think when it was my birthday, I still had a stream. I think I'm not sure. I think so, but yeah, maybe you were not there. But don't worry, man. Like I mean, I always say, you know, like we should join every day. You know, like every day is like is a cool day. You know, to practice languages, and that's the thing. You know. Someone is asking, wat wil je voor je verjaardag hebben? Ja, maar mijn verjaardag is al voorbij. My birthday is already, it's already passed, you know. So, and also the thing is, you know, like I'm also a little bit humble, you know. Like I think you, how do you say it? Like it's hard for me to, to accept it. You know what I mean? Like I'm already like happy that you're motivating me to learn languages, you know. So that's already the most important thing, you know. So don't don't worry about anything else what you're thinking about right now, man. Like it's always a pleasure that you're here to practice languages with me, you know, and the nice contact which I have with my friends, you know, that's cool, you know. So that's cool. The next year, yeah, it's a long time, you know. 24 February, man. It takes a long time, you know. So that's the thing, and yeah, so. But yeah, very cool that you guys are here. I appreciate that, and yeah, I also have like one question to you. Like you speak Patois, right? How did you learn that actually? Because that's not a very common language, you know. Yeah, I'm just curious like about how you learned that, you know. So that's also the thing. All right. From your friends who also speak Patois. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just not a very common language, but yeah, I think it's very interesting. You know, like there are many Jamaicans in Amsterdam. You know, so it's cool. You know, it's cool to speak Jamaican Creole, Jamaican Patois. You know, it's not a very common language, and that's also why I like to speak it. You know, so it's very cool to speak those different languages. You know, so. All right. Any other questions from people? So the let me see. Man, like it's so like funny to see like how some people are having a great day this way, you know, like uh, all right, so I also want to speak some Mandarin Chinese. Is there anyone in the chat who speak Mandarin Chinese? You know, so I can speak some of that. You know, anyone who speaks it. 如果我可以说汉语，就是我非常喜欢这个，我说中文我说中文四次对，但是我在墨西哥的时候就是我说很多的中国话在那儿跟中国人对，和我计算我现在有比较的时间，和我非常希望如果我可以去中国，但是现在我没有很多的时间，和我希望很多的国家，韩国我也希望，但是如果我有比较多的时间，我想看一下中国，对，和。现在我也有这个咖啡，我有，在这里有很多的中国人，还有韩国人，还有西班国人，和现在我有比较多的时间，可是我看一下电视，很多的西班牙语的视频。在电视对，和现在我在推上做这个直播和在很多的语言，可是我觉得我的中文话很烂，对我觉得我说的不大好，可是我会我也会写一点中国话，但是对，你们听得多吗？如果我现在说汉语，你们知道吗？好，如果我看到这个微信人，我觉得微信人很好，对，你们听得多吗？如果我现在说汉语，你们知道吗？不知道。Do you guys also speak some Mandarin Chinese? My Mandarin is not that good. I speak it on a basic level, but I still think it's very cool to practice it, you know. So for people who are learning languages, I think it's also important to speak a language even when you have a basic level, because that's the only way to practice and to improve. All right, that's my opinion about language learning. You know, so that's cool. Like when you're speaking a language, don't worry. Try to speak it. Don't be shy. Don't be nervous, you know. Of course, you can be nervous, but I think it's good to learn from mistakes, you know. And that helps a lot, you know. It helps a lot in order to improve. Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure if there are like any people speaking some Chinese in the chat, but I always think it's a cool way in order to improve my Chinese, because I think it's a very complicated language. It takes a lot of time, you know, and sometimes people are a little bit demotivated and they don't want to speak it anymore, and they're like, oh, should I speak it or not? And I'm always like, yo, keep speaking, keep practicing, keep trying, you know. That's my opinion, and that's how you're improving slowly, right? But especially with a language like Chinese, it is very different compared to a language like Spanish, or a language which is closer to your mother tongue. So in my case, German is closer to my mother tongue. Spanish is also not very difficult, but a language like Chinese is way more difficult. So to give you an idea, the number of months which I put in learning Chinese is the same as the time which I've used to study Spanish, you know. Still, my Spanish is way better than my Chinese, but it doesn't mean that I should give up learning Chinese, you know. It just needs more time. Same with Russian, same with Mandarin. These languages are just more difficult, you know. Ich kann nicht mal die 4 Tonen aussprechen. Ja, ich weiß, was du meinst. Du sagst, ja, das ist wirklich schwer. Das weiß ich auch. Es gibt sehr viele Schwierigkeiten auf Chinesisch und ja, das stimmt, dass es auch schwierig ist. Aber ja, ich glaube in meinen Augen, meiner Meinung nach, dass du das verbessern kannst, wenn du das ab und zu sperrst mit den Leuten. Also ja, kannst du das jetzt verstehen zum Beispiel? 现在我是在我的房子，对，和现在我也你认识我的游戏，对，你知道吗？我的游戏你知道？如果我做过这个游戏跟你们也可以听到中国话，对，可以吗？和这个你的意思是什么？你的意思是什么？这个是这个这个是白色，这个是白色，对，你知道。和这个是这个我不知道。这个是篮子，对，篮子，对，和我不认识很多的意思，对，但是如果中国人说，我觉得他们说的太快了，和中国话和国语在台湾不一样，对，你知道吗？So let me see. Are there like any more things which you would like to ask or anything? Man, what you're saying, man, like I'm just I'm just laughing about your reaction. Sorry, man, it's hilarious. So, are there any other questions from people? Like, oh man, I cannot even take that guy serious, you know, like I mean I'm just laughing about it, and I think it's the best way to laugh about such people, you know. Ich bin Anfang in Arabisch. Wie sind so deine arabische, vielleicht können wir üben. Ja, ich muss sagen, dass mein Arabisch schlecht ist. Mein Arabisch ist sehr schlecht, ich spreche das sehr schlecht, aber ja, wenn du das üben möchtest, bist du sehr gut. Let me see. Es ist sehr gut, wenn du das üben musst, weil ich muss gerne mein Arabisch oder muss ich verbessern, weil ich habe das nicht manchmal gelernt. Also ich bin sehr glücklich mit dieser Sprache zu lernen. Also das ist sehr gut. Gibt es auch noch andere Fragen oder etwas? Gibt es auch andere Fragen vielleicht? Ja, so ich glaube, dass Deutsch und Holländisch so ähnlich sind. Das ist sehr gut und das hilft mir auch, das zu verbessern. Ja, sehr gut. Ja, Anfänger sein ist toll. Ja, ich glaube, dass es auch normal ist, wenn du anfängst, eine Sprache zu lernen, dann hilft dir das auch, wenn du ein bisschen, wenn dein Selbstbild gut ist oder etwas. Also ich muss auch sagen, es gibt auch ein bisschen ab und zu negative Leute, also die glauben, dass du, wenn du eine Sprache anfängst zu lernen, dann sprichst du das nicht oder etwas. Aber in meinen Augen ist es sehr gut und wichtig, das zu üben. Aber das ist nur meine Meinung. Aber ich glaube nicht, dass Sprache nur über fließend sein ist. Also ich glaube auch, dass es ein Abenteuer ist. Und ich mache auch Videos, dass Leute diese Abenteuer anschauen können und wissen können, wie anzufangen. Also ich muss gerne Leute motivieren, anzufangen, das zu probieren. Und ja, dann geht das geht immer besser. Aber das kostet so viel Zeit. Also du weißt es auch mit Chinesisch zum Beispiel. Mein Chinesisch auch ist nicht gut, ist sehr, ja, vielleicht A2-Niveau oder etwas. Aber ich glaube, dass es mir sehr gut hilft, das zu üben. Ja, das stimmt, sehr gut. Are there other questions from people? Anyone else who has other questions? Alright, I'll be right back. I'm getting one coffee. And yeah, I really want to say thanks, guys, for being here. I mean, I appreciate your feedback. Uh, also, when you don't like what I'm doing, you know, like, or when you're critical, I mean, feedback is always welcome, you know. And yeah, I just want to say, like, never give, yeah. I just want to say, like, never give, yeah, never give up, keep learning languages. And I'm getting my coffee. All right, be right back. All right, I got my coffee. Here I am. Let me see. Okay. Do you guys have other questions so far? Any other questions? Also, ja, wir haben das darüber gesprochen, das anzufangen. Ja, stimmt es? Let me see. Ja, aber sprichst du eigentlich auch Holländisch oder das nicht? Das weiß ich auch nicht. Also, oh ja, ich muss auch dein Spielelement muss ich machen und die nächste Woche glaube ich, dass es vielleicht, dass ich das hier habe. Ja, also das ist kurze Zeit und ja, das ist sehr wichtig in meinen Augen, dass es gut ist und das möchte ich abarbeiten. Kannst du das sagen? Abarbeiten, das weiß ich nicht. Nein, ich glaube es nicht. How do you say to fine-tune in German? Ist das abarbeiten? Kannst du das sagen oder nicht? Also wenn ich etwas nicht weiß, dann, ja, dann nur ein kleines, ja. Abarbeiten, weiß ich nicht. Aber ja, ich habe das ein paar, ich habe das ab und zu auch, dann habe ich etwas gehört und dann weiß ich nicht, ob das richtig ist oder etwas. Also immer frage ich das, ist abarbeiten, ist das ein Wort auf Deutsch oder nicht? Wenn es nicht so ist, dann weiß ich, okay, das kann ich vergessen. Okay, ja, ich weiß, was du meinst. Ja, wenn du eine lange Liste, ja, hast. Ja, ich weiß, was du meinst. So when you've like a list of to do things and when you've completed something, you can say, okay, that's done, right? That's the context. Yeah. Ja, I get what you mean, man. Ja, ich weiß, was du meinst. Aber das ist sehr gut, eine sehr gute Methode, dass wenn du nicht 100% mit 100% Sicherheit weißt, dass etwas stimmt oder nicht, dass du das dann fragen kannst. Und das ist, wie ich meine Sprache verbessern kann. Das ist nur Leute fragen, okay, wie funktioniert das? Wie funktioniert das eigentlich? Also zum Beispiel funktioniert, das sagst du so auf Deutsch, aber auf Holländisch, auf Niederländisch ist das funktioniert. Aber auf Deutsch ist es mehr funktioniert. Also diese Aussprache ist so schwer für mich, aber das habe ich, ja, wie sagst du das, mein Selbstbild und mein Selbstvertrauen ist jetzt besser, weil ich bin mein Deutsch zu entwickeln, glaube ich. Ich bin das zu verbessern, weil in der freien Zeit gucke ich Präsentationen und Films auf Deutsch und immer schreibe ich neue Wörter aus und das hilft mir. Ja, funktioniert. Funktioniert. Ist das besser? Das ist schwer. Ja. Someone is saying I was teaching German and it helped me a lot to learn other languages. Oh, you were teaching German? Oh, that's cool, man. You were a teacher, really? That's cool. I mean, the thing is, like, I think when you are a teacher from that experience, you maybe also like know how to explain something well, you know. But that's cool, actually. I also think like there's sort of strategy which is also helping, and it's like talking about languages in other languages. Also zum Beispiel, ich habe auch Sessionen auf Deutsch über andere Sprache. Also wenn ich andere Sprache lerne, dann ist meine Session auch auf Deutsch. Und das hilft mir dann auch, neue Wörter zu lernen. Also das zwei Sprachen zur gleichen Zeit lernen, hilft mir auch. Das ist sehr gut, glaube ich. Ja. Aber ich habe eine Frage über mein Deutsch. Was glaubst du, welches Niveau habe ich eigentlich auf Deutsch? Was denkst du? Also du bist ein Lehrer, du kannst das vielleicht besser sagen oder etwas. Aber welches Niveau habe ich auf Deutsch, glaubst du oder denkst du? Also weil ich glaube, dass mein Deutsch nicht fließend ist, das glaube ich nicht. Aber ich glaube, dass ich vielleicht, ja, ich weiß es nicht. Mein Englisch ist besser als mein Deutsch, glaube ich. Weil ich spreche ein bisschen gebrochenes, ich spreche mit, ja, ich habe eine niederländische Aussprache, glaube ich auch. Ja. Let me see. Someone is saying, so ich muss jetzt einkaufen gehen, das sieht's. Yeah, thanks, man. Very cool that you were here. Like as I said, this evening at 7 o'clock Central European Time, I will have a new live stream, but with my board game. So if you want, you can join. Yeah. Someone is asking, hey Wouter, just curious, do you speak Tagalog or any other Filipino? Well, knowing a language is different than speaking it, you know. So I would always say, also to be humble, I don't know Tagalog or I don't know Hiligaynon, but I speak it a little bit, you know. But maybe I have A2 level in Tagalog, but I'll speak some. Ngayon, gusto kong mag-practice maraming Tagalog kasama mo. At marami akong kaibigan dito. At pwede mo ba akong tulungan para matuto maraming salita sa Tagalog? Kasi mahirap na mahirap para gumawa ng mga pangungusap sa Tagalog. At ngayon, marami akong oras at gusto kong ng kultura mo. At hindi ako pa nagpunta doon. At matuto akong mag-Tagalog kasi meron akong ang oportunidad para mag-practice kasama ng mga tao dito at ayokong balot hindi ko alam. Pero saan ka natuto mag-Tagalog? Filipino ka ba? Hindi ko alam. So that's Tagalog. I'll speak some Hiligaynon a little bit. This is Hiligaynon. Madama ako oportunidad kag gusto ko magato sa Pilipinas kag pwede ako mag-humble. Pwede ako mag-humble, madamo lenguaje kag gusto ko matuto, madamo palabras sa Hiligaynon. Pwede mo ako buligan. Yeah, so that's like Hiligaynon. Du kannst Kontext verstehen, auch komplizierte Komplizierungen und Ausdrücken. Manchmal glaube ich nur treffenderes Vokabular, aber ist sehr gut. Dankeschön. Ja, aber ich muss das gerne verbessern und neue Wörter lernen. Das hilft mir auch. Ja, aber vielleicht können wir jetzt, das ist nur eine Übung, können wir über etwas anderes sprechen. Du kannst ein Thema aussuchen. Vielleicht ein etwas Kompliziertes und dann können wir darüber sprechen. Das ist vielleicht auch gut. Ja, sehr gut. And the person who speaks Tagalog and Hiligaynon. My question is like, why do you speak that? Why do you speak Tagalog? Bakit marunong kang mag-Tagalog? Bakit? Let me see. Nihongo wa hanaseru. Nihongo wa hanaseru. Watashi wa Nihongo wa 少し話せます。少し話せます。私は日本人の友達がいます。日本語上手ですね、友達。友達になれませんか？いや、日本語上手ですね。Alright, you're shocked. You don't need to be shocked. As I said, my Tagalog and my Ilocano is pretty basic, but I'm learning it. Pwede akong matuto maraming salita at marami akong motivasyon at gusto kong ng mga lingwahe at hindi akong pwede matuto Tagalog mabilis. At shocked ka ba ngayon? busy ako ngayon kasi hindi let me see. Yeah, man. Like, but how did you speak Tagalog actually? I'm just curious. Like, bakit marunong ka mag-Tagalog? Hindi ko alam. Hindi ko alam. Mahirap na mahirap. Yeah. Kannst du den Konflikt beschreiben, warum es so schwer ist, zu unterscheiden, wann und in welchem Umfang wieder mehr, let me see, das ist sehr kompliziert. Aber kannst du den Konflikt beschreiben, warum es so schwer ist, zu unterscheiden, wann und, ja. Ja, ich kann das sagen, dass wir das nicht wissen eigentlich. In der aktuellen Krisensituation wissen wir nicht, wenn diese Situation verändern kann. Und das glaube ich auch, dass es schwierig ist für diese Leute zu wissen und zu merken, wie diese Leute, kann ich das sagen? Also es ist sehr schwer. Diese Periode, diese Zeit ist schwer für diese Leute, weil sie wissen nicht, wenn das verändert. Und darum gibt es auch Leute, die kein Selbstvertrauen mehr haben und ängstlich sein, dass das niemals anders ist und dass sie nicht wissen, wie sie arbeiten können oder etwas. Und sie lieben diese Restriktionen auch nicht. Das ist ein bisschen, was ich höre am Allgemeinen auch, dass Leute zu lang zu Hause bleiben und ein bisschen depressiv sind vielleicht auch und dass es zu schwer ist für diese Leute und dass sie auch manchmal aufgeben und nicht wissen, was sie machen müssen. Und ja, ich glaube, dass es besser ist. Das war eine schwere Frage. Ja, wir wissen das nicht, wenn das verändert. Ja. Okay. Well, you say it's a difficult question, but it was indeed a difficult question. But I try to answer. I try my best, But so someone is saying I'm actually, but I love learning Tagalog. Okay, cool. Well, right now I'm practicing Spanish. Podemos practicar el español porque creo que es un idioma muy interesante también y podemos practicar y hablar sobre asuntos diferentes porque es muy bueno para desarrollar el conocimiento, para saber más palabras y para hablar sobre temas diferentes. Sí, porque me gusta la motivación, hay muchas oportunidades diferentes y creo que la situación ahora es muy difícil, no lo sé cuándo la situación va a cambiar y por eso tenemos miedo, sí. Let me see. Man muss die Balance zwischen Gesundheit Gesundheit und ja, ich weiß, was du meinst, also es ist sehr schwer, eine Balance zu finden. What does that word mean? The last word, what does it mean? You mean the truth? Is that what you mean? Or is that what it means? I think so, right? The truth. Yeah. That's what I think, but I'm not sure. When I'm not sure, I just ask it, I think it means the truth. Is that what it is? Or ja, ich glaube, ja, dass das die Kontext ist. Also es gibt jetzt auch so viele Leute, die nicht glauben, dass diese Situation so ist und nicht glauben, dass das wirklich echt so ist, was jetzt passiert. Und ja, ich glaube, dass das vielleicht ein bisschen komisch ist oder etwas, dass wir, warum können wir das nicht glauben? Also ich glaube, dass das jetzt wirklich so ist und dass es echt so ist, aber es ist nur, das macht die Leute müde, wenn sie zu viele Theorien haben darüber. Und es ist besser zu wissen, zu merken, dass es echt so ist, glaube ich. Und ja. Ah, okay. Ja, ja, ich weiß, was du bedeutet, ja. Aber es ist auch über anderen. Also zum Beispiel, ich trage ein Mask. Sagst du das so? Ein Mask? Ich trage ein Mask, weil ich denke auch über die Gesundheit des anderes Leute, nee, den anderen Leuten, ja, äh, ja, ich denke über die Gesundheit der anderen Leuten. Kann ich das so sagen? Ich weiß es nicht. Ist diese Welle gut so? Aber ich trage eine Maske, aber es gibt auch Leute und sie sind sehr negativ, dass ich eine Maske trage und sage, was machst du? Warum machst du das? Aber ich glaube, dass es immer gut ist, so nachzudenken über andere Leute und über die Gesundheit. Ja. Ah, I was close. Die Gesundheit der anderen Leute. Ja. I was close. That was fast good. All right, but thanks, man, for giving me corrections. I appreciate that. I mean, it's that's very good because that's helping me. That's motivating me a lot to improve my level. So that's good. And ja, ich glaube, dass es sehr gut hilft. Ja, sehr gut. Ich bin da sehr glücklich mit. All right. So yeah, that's good, man. It's a very good. Yeah, I'm very happy with the feedback about my mistakes and stuff like that. That's how I'm improving. I also want to tell people, you know, like this is a good way in order to learn languages, make mistakes. Don't be afraid. Don't worry, and just keep learning. All right. Um, नमस्ते वादरा नमस्ते बहुत अच्छा है अब हिंदी बोलता है मुझे इंडियन भाषा बहुत पसंद है या आपका रहता है मेरा मेरा नाम वाल्टर है मैं अम्स्टरडम में रहता हूँ मुझे इंडियन भाषा बहुत पसंद है ja Menschen sind einfach so ungeduldig weil sie einfach alles haben und ihnen plötzlich alles weggenommen wird. Ja, das ist vielleicht, was du sagst, das ist gut, aber es gibt auch Leute, die denken nicht über andere Leute und ja, ich glaube, dass es sehr wichtig ist, dass wir über andere Leute denken. Romanian, I don't speak Romanian, unfortunately, I don't speak it, man. Vorbești românește, vorbești româna. Like, I hear that before, because people ask me, like, do you speak Romanian? They asked me, vorbești româna? And I was like, no, I don't speak it, you know? But in the future, I maybe want to learn it. So I'm very happy that you're here. And it would be cool if you, yeah, man, if you're here in the future, because I might learn it in the future. I think it's a cool language. And yeah, ¿cómo está pasando tu día? Mi día, sí, está muy bien, tranquilo. Estoy practicando, estudiando. That is pretty good. I don't speak it, man. Pero ya, me gusta mucho aprender los idiomas con la gente. Siempre es interesante. Creo que podemos desarrollar todo, aprender los idiomas en la casa. Por eso es muy importante. Sí, creo que sí, es importante. Vamos a practicar los idiomas juntos. Quiero decir que quiero motivar y hablar con las personas. Estoy en la casa. Quiero decir que me gusta mucho la espectacularidad y la mentalidad, la positividad, sí, no la negatividad. Sí, estoy aquí. Me gusta practicar. Buenos días, Wouter. ¿Todo bien? ¿Has practicando español? Hoy, ya estoy practicando el español ahora. Puedes escucharlo. Me gusta mucho que eres aquí, que estás aquí. Vamos a practicar mucho juntos, ¿sí? Vale, vale. Let me see. Me parece que la calidad de tu cámara ha desarrollado. You say that my camera is better. No lo sé, quizás, no lo sé, pero estoy aquí, tranquilo. Have you ever traveled to South America? I've been to South America like a couple of times, and I really like it, and it is very cool. And yeah, I'm very happy with all the things which I've discovered there, like the countries like Ecuador, uh, Colombia was also very cool. So yeah, that's very cool, man. Like, I mean, that's very cool. So, uh, let me see. Are there any other questions from people? Yeah, I have also something like there is someone in the how do you say it, like someone saying the same things all the time, and I'm a little bit like, yo, if you don't like me, you don't have to be here, man. Like, I mean, there are enough things to do. Why are you wasting your time, talking to me then? I'm just surprised, man. There's so many things which you can do. You can have a barbecue with your friends, you can have a cup of coffee, or, like, why are you looking at my stupid head then, let me see. Let me see. Menschen sind einfach so ungeduldig. Ja, und es gibt, ja, es gibt wirklich Leute, die ungeduldig sind. Und ich kann mir auch vorstellen, dass wir auch nicht wissen, wenn diese Zeit anders ist. Und darum muss ich sagen, ja, dass da muss ich auch sagen, dass ja, was muss ich sagen? Ich will das vergessen. Ja, ich muss sagen, dass wir zusammen sind und dass wir Leute Motivation geben müssen. Und das ist wirklich, ja, wirklich wichtig, okay? Aber ich habe auch nicht immer Geduld. Ich habe auch, dass ich denke, wenn kann ich meine Videos wieder machen auf der Straße oder etwas. Und wir haben alle diese Probleme, ja, das ist normal. Aber wenn wir zusammen sein und etwas Positives sagen können, etwas Positives sagen können, es tut mir leid, dann ist das, your camera quality seems improved. You really think? Maybe it's just my stupid head, man. Like, yeah, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. It could also be the light, like right today it's really sunny, so maybe that's the thing. So, let me see. Let me see. Creo que necesitamos. Ya, es también importante que quiero decir, por ejemplo, siempre cuando estoy aquí, cuando tengo mis sesiones, cuando tengo mis vivos, no me siento muy solo, no me siento solo. Y porque tengo esta comunidad pequeña, pero tengo mis amigos y también las personas ahora en el chat son mis amigos. Y por eso, live streams is, okay, I didn't use the right word. Thanks for that, man. I thought you could also say vivos. Maybe vivo is live. Yeah, maybe you're right. Thanks for that, man. I appreciate that. Sí, pero a veces no conozco la palabra exactamente, pero es muy bien let me see. Then he should, let me see. Are we in a caravan? Are we in a caravan? Does this really look like that or not? That's funny. I have good news, by the way, man. You speak Danish, right? Du snakker dansk. Jeg vet at du snakker dansk. Yeah? Dat is mal good. Because, look, I have this flag for the game. I had it all the time because you told me, yo, where's the Danish flag? It's right here. It's right here. And let me see. So someone is saying, lol, you already read my like, the thing is, like, you're always saying the same things, and after a while, I'm ignoring you because you're saying the same things, So again, man, you can have your opinion. You're welcome here to have your opinion, but you can say it maybe one time. You know, also for the other people in the community, it's more, how do you say it, more relaxed when you say your opinion or your interpretation or whatever you want to call it one time. And after that, you know, like, just say what you want. I mean, you can have your opinion or your ideas, but if you're saying all the time the same things, you know, it's just getting a little bit annoying also for the other people, you know. And that's just my idea about it. Okay. So someone is asking which Scandinavian flags you have, Wouter. Let me see. I have just the Danish flag, but good news, this evening at 7 o'clock Central European time, I will have a new live stream, and you can join if you want. And then I can also put the Danish flag in the wheel. How cool is that? So, are you guys okay with that? So this evening, 7 o'clock Central European time, I will have this live stream. Okay, so that's cool, you know. So that would be very cool. Don't pay attention to this guy, Wouter. Yeah, that's good that you're saying that. Yeah, man. Like I mean, how do you say it? I want to use positive energy. You know what I mean? And I wanna motivate the people who want to be motivated. You know. But as I said, people can have their opinion. But yeah, they just need to say it one time. You know. And let me see. Are Danish and Danish and Norwegian, are they the same? You know, they are from the same family. Let me see. Thanks, memes, also for yeah, as a moderator. Thanks for that. I mean that you're giving a warning. Okay. Let me see. The languages are similar but not the same. The pronunciation and many words are not the same, but there are many similarities. Yeah, like there are different languages, you know, and which are similar. Like Danish, Norwegian, and Swedish, they are similar, but they have still different features, you know. Like for example, if you have the Romance languages, you know, like Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, French, they also have similarities, you know, but they also have like different features, you know. So, for example, what I sometimes do as training, I'll switch between languages. So for example, right now I'll demonstrate it. I'm going to speak Spanish, then Portuguese, then French, then Italian, and I'm going to avoid mixing them up. Okay, so I'll start with Spanish. Ahora estoy hablando el español y me gusta hablar mucho ahora sobre, por ejemplo, energías renovables, que es un tema muy difícil, muy complicado, y por eso creo que es un ejercicio muy bueno para saber qué es la diferencia de los idiomas, los aspectos pequeños. Y por eso quiero intentarlo, quiero practicarlo, y me gusta mucho como se dice, la variação dessas coisas. Então, agora eu quero usar o português. Gosto muito de praticar e agora eu quero falar sobre, por exemplo, outras criaturas, sim? Eu não sei. Você acha que elas existem? Eu não sei. Mas tem pessoas que acham que tem outras criaturas de outros planetas. Eu não sei. Eu sou humano, sim, mas também tem pessoas que acham que tem outras pessoas, outras criaturas. Eu não sei, mas tem muitas pessoas que acham que o humano é inteligente demais. Mas eu não sei. Eu também quero dizer que pode ser que tem criaturas mais inteligentes, sim? Let me see. Ok, so e voglio parlare in italiano adesso perché voglio dire che è bene per usare italiano, secondo me è bene per andare la macchina ma non molto tempo, perché anche è bene per utilizzare la bicicletta perché è bene per gli animali. Je veux te dire que c'est très bien que si nous pouvons utiliser des énergies, l'énergie fer, je pense que c'est très bien parce que il y a beaucoup de choses qui sont le problème avec global warming, je ne sais pas le mot en français, mais il y a des problèmes avec beaucoup trop de voitures, beaucoup trop de personnes qui utilisent des matériaux, le plastique, Je pense que ce n'est pas bien pour le milieu. Oui, je pense que c'est vrai. Alright, so right now I used first Spanish, then Portuguese, then Italian, and then French. And I talked about different topics in the society, you know? So I've chosen a little bit difficult topics, but I still use those 4 languages in order to see the contrasts in these languages, you know? So it is difficult to talk about complicated topics, especially in 4 languages which look similar. They are similar, but they also have like features which are different. So I think that's a great training. You know what I mean? Someone is saying I speak 4 Mediterranean languages. I get what you're saying, and yeah. So that's what I mean. It's a really good training. If you ask me, it's a great way in order to to practice. I must say that I've learned French at school, at a secondary school. So Spanish and Portuguese are easier than when you've learned one of those languages at an earlier age. But language like Chinese or whatever, Chinese, Thai, it's way more difficult, man. Way more difficult. Yeah. Okay. Immer das Fahrrad nehmen. Also ja, ich glaube, dass das Fahrrad ist auf Deutsch. Vélo c'est en français, n'est-ce pas? Je ne sais pas, mais ja, ich glaube, dass du dann Fahrrad sagst, oder nicht. Ich sage das nur, dir zu helfen. Also ich glaube, dass es echt gut ist, ein Fahrrad mitzunehmen. Also das ist sehr gut für die Leute, für diese Tiere. Ja, auch Schweizerdeutsch. Das ist so gut, das kann ich mir nicht vorstellen. Also danke schön, dass du das sagst. Ich weiß es nicht und jetzt weiß ich das. Ja. Alright. Are there like any other questions from people, like any other things where we can talk about, you know? And as you guys know, I care a lot about the people in the chat, you know? So I want you a little bit to decide where I should talk about, you know, like if there's anything else where I can talk about, just tell me, like. But yeah, I think it's good that we also talk about language learning and how about how do you say it, how to separate languages, you know, how to put them in, yeah, like how do you say it, like I don't like it when things are done in boxes, you know what I mean, like putting people in a box or whatever. I don't like that, you know. But with languages it's a little bit a different thing, because I think we need boxes to separate the features of languages, you know what I mean. So to explain it like this, I mean it more on an abstract way. This is my head. My head contains different boxes, and in each box I put the different language, but these boxes are also connected to each other, you know. So I try to look at the similarities, but I also try to separate the words of each language in order to not confuse them, you know what I mean. So that's what I'm doing. So my head contains different closets. I put the languages in there. It's the same like when you have a room, when you have different closets for your books, for your clothes, for your whatever administration. You want to know where you can find everything. It's the same thing with the languages which I put in my head in order not to mix them up, you know. So yeah. So I also want to ask you guys, people in the chat, like what are you doing in order not to confuse languages? What are you doing in order to understand the differences between languages? What are you doing? That's my question, you know. Let me see. Are there any other questions from people? Anyone else who has a question? Someone is saying I don't keep mixing all the Romance languages. I don't. Oh, you say I don't. I keep mixing all the Romance languages. Yeah, so you're saying that you keep mixing up languages, right? I mean, I think you should not worry too much about it, okay? Is that what you said? Sorry, there were some different messages below, but I think like when you're mixing up languages, you should not worry about it. Like, I mean, everyone has that. And also, Yeah, also thank you memes. Thank you for how do you say it, for how do you say it, making the chat a little bit how do you say it, nice and motivational, because um, I appreciate it. But yeah, because indeed I think that we should also focus on language learning, you know. And when someone has an opinion, like one time it's fine or three times, whatever. But if someone is saying the same thing all the time, it's annoying indeed. So thank you. We are all here to have a good time. Yeah, that's what I mean, you know. So again, you know, everyone can have his opinion, you know. Like even when you say something three times, it's okay. But if you say it like five times or whatever, it's going to be annoying. So that's a little bit like good that you're showing that as an example. So let me see. So opa, olá, tudo bem? Sim, eu estou muito bem com você também. Gosto muito de praticar os idiomas com você. Gosto muito de usar os idiomas diferentes, muito de praticar, para praticar. Mas eu tenho que dizer que eu quero visitar o Brasil quando tenho tempo. Yeah. Did you practice Danish recently? Danish? Not so much actually. I will also explain you why. You know, like the thing is, like that's also a little bit the thing. You know, with your brains. You know, it's very difficult to. How can I explain this? It's difficult to have like a constant way of improvement in any language. That's not possible. You know, so like the thing is basically what's happening sometimes is sometimes one level is like, how do you say it, like when I love multiple languages. I love learning languages a lot. I put a lot of time in that. But sometimes one language is going better and I'm in a sort of flow. You know what I mean? It's going better, stuff like that. But then other languages which I don't speak that much, which were maybe even better before, they could go down, you know? So it's like this. For example, right now I focus a lot on Mandarin, a lot of Mandarin, Spanish, also German, and I put my time into that. And I want to, like, how do you say it? When I'm improving, it's often like maybe two languages in 3 months, they get the most improvement, you know, so they get a boost, you know. And then when there's a moment that I feel comfortable, then I go to the other group of languages. So once my Mandarin is like, once I have the feeling that I can speak Mandarin without thinking too much, then I skip, for example, again to improving my Danish or improving my Swedish or whatever, you know. So it's always like that. But on the other hand, I want to make sure that I don't forget the things which I've learned in Danish. So maybe, how do you say it? Like what I'm doing is, however I lost a lot of things in my head in Danish, I still try to speak what I've spoken before, because that helps me in order to not forget it. And everything what you're not forgetting is helpful, and that is what we should appreciate. You can compare it with you're on holiday to Spain, all right, and you didn't speak Spanish for a long time, you know. By speaking it again, you will refresh your brains and it's getting back, you know. But really, speaking it on a better level, that means that you need to put more time in that, you know. And our time is like that. We don't have that time sometimes, you know. So what I basically want to say, it is no problem at all. Like when you're putting some more time in a certain group of languages, maybe 2 or 3, and try to improve them to a nice level, you know. And then later you go back to the other languages again, but just make sure that you don't forget what you've learned, right? So that's the thing. Yeah, so use it or lose it. That's my opinion. Yeah. So, okay. So yeah, there are some, yeah, some people say like, use it only when you speak it fluently. I disagree with that, because I think you should use a language whenever you want, like even when the level is basic. I would say use it or lose it, you know, like anything what you're learning, try to use it, otherwise you'll forget it, you know. And even the slow, how do you say it, like even when it's going slowly, everything what you're learning is useful, you know. And part by part is going to be better, you know. And I don't think about weeks, I don't think about months, I think about years, you know. I think about years. So I'm like, yo, I'm right here now. Maybe I'm not good in some, okay, like I have different levels in the languages. I always say that people, you know, like I have different levels. But even when I have a low level in a language, I'm not afraid to speak it, you know. And 1 year later, I can laugh about it. You know what I mean? So I think it's good to laugh about your mistakes, to have fun making mistakes, because it's the most important process, you know. Once you have a high level, it's not difficult anymore. But this is the period when it's difficult. It's difficult when you are learning it and when you're in the process of an adventure, you know. But you learn by making mistakes. What am I doing right here? I'm not showing how good I am. No, I'm showing my mistakes. And because of you guys in this community, you guys are helping me, telling me my mistakes. That's how I'm improving, you know. So I think learning languages is making mistakes. That's what it is, you know. It's not about how good are you, whatever. No, it's about making mistakes, realizing what your mistakes are, and next time you don't make the mistake again. You know, that's what we're doing. That's language learning, right? So, let me see. Let me see. Car. Car is bill, right? Bill. And walk is, I thought go. Jij wil go. Jij wil go to the supermarket. I thought, but I'm not sure. But car is bill, right? And yeah, I didn't hear these words for a long time because I didn't speak Danish. But still, because I've read it, that you said that, you know, in a reaction, I still remember it. Like, okay, car, bill, you know? So, let me see. You're funny, man. But that's what I mean, you know, like when you're, you guys don't have any idea maybe how much you guys are helping me. Like you're often saying, you're inspiring me or giving me compliments, but guys, you're inspiring me. You guys are inspiring me. That's what I mean. Like just by streaming right now, I'm streaming on a relaxed way, but still I'm learning so much by opening my eyes and looking at what you guys are saying. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing, okay? And I really think that when you have like activities in your life and it feels relaxed, that you're learning way more than putting too much pressure on yourself. So the most things which I'm learning about languages are the things which I'm not realizing. You know what I mean? So the things which I'm learning are the things which I'm not realizing. So for example, I'm watching a movie, I hear 4 times the same word, let's say actividad or whatever, especialidad or whatever, any word, la structura, whatever. I hear one word and I hear it 4 times. I don't have any idea that my brains are processing that word, right? And do you guys know this feeling that you're walking on the street, you're listening to some, you're relaxing, talking to some people, and you're looking for a word, and you don't know this word, at least you think that you don't know this word, and still, it is like, hey, wait a second, is it not this word? And by saying that word at that moment, then you're learning it. You know what I mean? So there is like a word which you've heard it before, but you never used it. That's what I mean, man. That's so much why I think that these activities are working well. Having a live stream, talking to people through social media, watching movies, listening to music. It's the same thing. You're hearing a song. Like, do you notice? Okay, for example, you were 7 years old or 8 years old. Can you remember that you heard a song, like a music song, and you didn't know what it means, right? Because at that time you didn't speak English, maybe, but still you listen to English music, maybe. And later, when you're older, you realize like, hey, I've heard this word before, but when you were young, you didn't know what it means, right? And later you were like, oh wait, that's this word, right? It's the same thing these days, man. You're hearing so many things, you're reading so many things without realizing your brains are processing information, you know? And why am I talking so much about it? It is good to talk about it because it helps us a lot to realize how we can learn. You learn a lot by not putting too much, how do you say it? I would say call it passive language learning. Passive language learning, learning languages on a relaxed way, and you learn a lot, right? Alright, so, você acha o português do Brasil é melhor o português de Portugal? Eu acho que os dois sotaques são muito legais. Sim, eu não acho que um idioma é melhor de outro idioma. Eu acho que não. Gosto de dois idiomas. Sim. Okay. Are there like any other languages which you guys would like to hear? Any other languages maybe which you would like to hear when I speak it? Maybe just tell me and then I could switch to the language. Just let me know. Anyone. I also did speak Catalan yet today. M'agrada a parlar català. No parlo català molt bé. Vull aprendre a parlar moltes llengües con la gent, però no parlo català molt bé. Did you practice Thai yet? ตอนนี้ผมอยากพูดภาษาไทยเหมือนกันครับผมชอบภาษาไทยผมชอบภาษาจีนผมเก่งเข้าแล้วผมอยากเรียนภาษาไทยที่บ้านผมอยู่บ้านครับผมเคยไปกรุงเทพผมเคยไปประเทศไทยผมอยากไปที่ประเทศไทยอีกครั้งครับผมชอบอาหารไทยผมชอบร้านอาหารไทยเหมือนกันครับครับผมเก่งเข้าแล้ว let me see. Eu gosto de dois idiomas. Let me see. Your Catalan is decent. I'm not happy with my Catalan, man. Like, I think my Catalan is bad, actually. It's because I barely speak it, man. I barely speak it. Like, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, these are the languages which you're speaking more. And Catalan is pretty, yeah, it's not so common, you know. I don't know so many people who speak it. So I really like to get to know more people who speak Catalan because it could help me a lot in order to improve it. You know, that's the thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, very cool. Are there like any other things where we could talk about maybe? And I also want to ask you guys, like, what is your opinion about this type of streams? You know, so do you guys like more the language board game streams or this type of streams, or do you like them both? Like, what should I do in order to, like, in the future? What do you guys think? Like, should I have some variation, sometimes a language board game stream, sometimes a stream about language learning, where I'm speaking more languages, where we talk about language learning itself? What is your idea about that? Because for me, the most important thing is like that you guys are having a great time, you know? So that's something which I would appreciate a lot. So your feedback maybe about like the language board game stream or this stream, like what's your idea? Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. ¿Qué dices que quieres escribir un mensaje en catalán? ¿Puedo entender un poco? ¿Es la cosa que dices o no? Someone is saying the game is awesome. Whoa, thanks a lot for the compliment, man. I like interaction, asking questions or the game. Yeah. Well, this is also interaction. I mean, I'm still communicating with you guys, but I understand what you mean. Like, when I organize the language board game, you are a part of the game. You are playing the game. I understand what you mean. Let me see. But I also think that a stream like this is also like important, you know, because sometimes I realized that when I was playing the game that people had questions, and then I was so focused on the game, you know. So but don't worry, man, this evening at 7 o'clock Central European time I will have the language board game this evening. So my question is, will you guys have time this evening 7 o'clock this evening 7 o'clock Central European time, the language board game? And also tomorrow at 2 o'clock Central European time, I will have the board game, you know. Someone is asking this evening, can you do the guess the language game round? Yeah, sure. I will combine the guess the language game round with the, how do you say it, with the questions, you know, like asking different questions in different languages. I can use both parts. Don't worry about that. So let me see. How is the second game developing? I think you mean how it's going right now, like what the status is. Well, I'm still like, I have sketches, all right, and I'm working on these sketches, all right. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm thinking about new rules of the game, new features. I want to make it very special, but I want to wait, you know. So I'll explain you why I don't want to stream. How do you say it? I don't want to. I'm still working on sketches, and why? I still want to look at how I can improve that game and make it better than this game. And the only way how I can even improve that second game is by not creating it right now. So right now I'm looking at, okay, how is this game going? I'm basically testing it, and I'm looking at the things which this game is missing, and I'll put it in the next game, so the next game is better. So that's the thing. Yeah, is it language related? Yeah, it's language related. Yeah. Okay. It's language related. Yeah, that's what you want me to tell more things about it, right? That's what I feel a little bit here. You guys can just wait. Like, there's also a reason why I want to wait with that, okay? Right now, with my first game, okay? Not many people know it yet, They even don't understand the rules completely. Like, Pro Fisher UK, you're one of the people who know the game very well right now. But there are still new people playing it for the first time and that don't know the rules of the game, So I think it's better when everyone understands how that game works, and when people know it a little bit better, to work on its second game, Because otherwise, imagine that I would create a second game now, and I would stream that. People might forget about the first game. They might forget about the rules of the first game. So I also want to say, okay, one hint which I want to give about the second game. There is something of the gameplay of the first game which I'm also putting in the second game. So if you understand the gameplay of the first board game, you will understand the second game way better. However, the second game still has a lot of different features. It looks different, but there are still elements of the first game which are also in the second game. So it's the same style, it's the same cool thing that you as a chat or you're playing it, I'm interacting with you. It's the same mentality, but the game looks way different, But still it has a sort of gameplay which is also in the first game. How much more you want me to tell you, I think you're just too curious. I respect that though, because that means that you love it, right? That it's a compliment. But okay, compare it with that, right? I think you are still enjoying this first game, right? And I think there's so many, how do you say it? I could have so many new live streams when I'm playing this first board game, right? Which could be way cooler, And I think it's cool to enjoy that, for a while. And then later, when more people know my board game, I think that's the right time to release my second game, That's what I think. And I also think it's important for me to, how do you say it? Like right now, I have contact with you guys, right? There are not so many people in the chat. And that's a good thing as well, actually. All right? Because it's a good thing, because when there are not so many people in the chat, I also have more time to answer your questions. So basically, to give you guys sort of like compliment and my appreciation, you guys could always think, always in the future, you could always think, I've experienced this from the beginning. You guys are a part of the process. All right, later, like maybe after a year or 2 years, when more people know this game, you guys can think like, hey, I know how it started. I know what he was doing. I know how it was developed. I know about these custom board squares, like, let me see. This one is yours, right? Pro Fisher UK, I'll show it. Like, yeah, this one. Like, hey, I thought about this piece, right? So you're basically part of the process. And I think that's cool. And I can also say that, like you guys are, it is mine, it's mine. Yeah, I think, let me see, how many times you won already? I think 2, right? I think 2 times already. 2 times more winning, and I'll send this. Or did you won 3 times already? I forgot it, man. Like, there's so many. I'm right now in another type of, no, wait, you won already 3 times. Yeah. So 1 time more winning, Pro Fish UK, I'll send it, okay? So if you win this evening or whatever tomorrow, I can send this to you. And man, yeah. So sorry for that, you won 3 times. I know it, I just checked it. So I want to have it in my room, yeah. Man, when I send this to you, you can even frame it, That's maybe cool. So should I sign it? Or maybe I should sign it as well, man. I think that makes it cool, right? I think when I sign it, it's way cooler, I think. So, Sure, man. Sure. I can do that. Let me see. Yeah, man. Okay. I will sign it while streaming. Okay. So once you won, I will sign it during the stream. How cool is that? You know? That's maybe even cooler. But yeah, I'm just saying these words, guys, so you also understand that you guys mean a lot to me. You know, so the things which I'm doing right now, which I'm developing, you know, like without you guys, it would have been, how do you say it? Like it would have been different, you know, like it is way more different to develop something when you're alone compared to sharing it with your audience, you know, and that's the thing. But I have a question about it. What is your question? This means I will not be able to use my custom square anymore. Okay. Yes, if I send it, it's not in the game anymore. But the good news is, right, that when I've sent it, and when you win again, you unlock something custom again. Alright? So for example, when I would, imagine you win, alright, this evening, and I'm going to send it. And tomorrow, Saturday, people can unlock a custom board game character. So a character is it tomorrow, okay? So imagine you win this evening, I will send it, right? Then tomorrow, I will have a stream with the custom board game character. If you win then, you'll unlock the custom board game character, right? So then your square is in your house, but at the same time you can unlock a custom board game character, you know? And then you can tell me what kind of character you like, and then I will make a sketch live, you know? So I want a character. This is what I mean, man. So that's a little bit what I mean. Like once this one is sent, you can unlock a custom board game character, for example. You know? So let me see. It's only a custom character or the custom character. Not I don't understand what you asked the same question. Oh, you mean is it only custom character or the custom? Let me see. I'm trying to understand what you mean. Like, okay, what I could do. All right, guys. You guys can give me your opinion. Okay. Yeah, I have an idea. I think maybe. Let me see. What's a good idea? Yeah, maybe I can think about something like once someone received a custom board game square, something like that. Then the next time when you unlock something, it can be a custom board game character. Maybe that could be an idea. I don't know. Like, you can tell me your opinion, man, in the chat. I mean, I just wanna. For me, it's important that I'm doing something what you guys like, you know. So, but yeah. But maybe okay. You know what I could also do, guys? I have an idea. Okay, I have an idea. Just tell me what you like. Okay, for the next future streams. Okay. Alright, just tell me what you like. Right now I have these things with the flags, right? Maybe I should create squares, 4 squares with a custom board square logo, and 4 squares with the custom board game character, right? And then put them in the wheel. Is that a good idea? What do you think? So then it's 50% chance to unlock a custom board game character or to unlock a custom board game square. What do you guys think about that idea? Sorry, I don't understand it. Okay, right. Now you see flags, right? Now you see flags, right? Okay, then I'll put the flags out, right? At the end of the game, when the game is ended, when there's a winner, I put the flags out, okay? And then I will have 8 pieces, okay? And then 4 of them are sort of logo design about the custom board game character, and 4 of them the custom board game square. So when I turn it, it could be 50% if it's the custom board game character square, or the custom board game character logo, or the custom board game square logo. You understand what I mean? So then I turn it, and then you know what you've unlocked. Is that a good idea or is it a stupid idea? Just tell me. Do you guys understand what I mean or not? maybe I didn't explain it well. I don't know, man. Like, but yeah, like I try to I try to find a sort of way that guys that the people like my game more and that they're also enjoying it more. You know, that they um, yeah, how do you say it? Like that they really have a feeling like, okay, cool, man, I unlocked something. You know, I want to make people happy. They're happy. You know, and so. Uh, okay, are there any other questions from people? Someone is saying, I want to be able to choose, not random. Okay, so you're basically saying that let me see what I can do. You know what? I'm going to think about it, guys. I'm going to think about what would be the best way in order to reveal at the end of a game what people should unlock. Okay, I can think about it. You know, maybe that's an idea. Because if I understand you well, you like the okay. Which of the people in the chat like a custom board game Square more, and which